So you may not want to plan to do a whole lot the next day.
Yeah, I was talking to Jason Delgado today, and he said a friend of his had no reaction, and then another friend got really sick. So I thought I'd give you a heads up in case I get really sick fast.
Okay. Yeah, I think I get mine a week from this coming Saturday,
But
assuming they get all the vaccine moving again. I've got a friend who's stuck in Jackson, Tennessee, under 8 inches of snow. He's a long haul truck driver, and nothing's moving.
Mathilda, did you save me some snack? Hi, Mathilda's mom.
Here comes Sanjay.
There she is waving. Hey, Sanjay.
I think he's been feeding those girls. They keep getting taller.
Yeah, I told, several people, what I did was fed them every other day. So they were they were on a rotation.
I can see that would work.
You know who told me he did that was LaRue. When he
Oh,
when he went to a restaurant, he would because Alexis eats a lot. You know how those teenage girls are, and Nick wasn't eating as much, so he would say, "No, just bring him a water."
well, neither one of those kids ended up being very small.
Oh, Nick is almost as tall as you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They both grew pretty good.
Alexis did.
In
Alexis,
in
Alexis,
Is tiny.
she's about Matilda's height.
She's tiny.
in my case, if you look at me, you would feel like my girls are eating my food.
Do they hear that, Sanjay?
Yes.
That's pretty good. All right. Well, Ethmi's camera's not on, but get started.
It does. It makes everything
There's Ethmi. She popped back on.
Hi, Mr. Bill. It looks like a lot of people don't have any power.
Yeah. But all the important people do because they're on our karate class. All right, come to attention. Respect. Good job. Ethmi, you can lead the punches.
Ready. One. Punches. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Hut, hut. Two punches. Ready? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Hut, hut. Triple punches. Ready? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, you're muted.
All right, let's do the knife hands that we did the other day again. Let me show you what that is. So we're stepping towards it because up. So we're doing a block, right hand into their arm, and then stepping forward, and knife hand into the collar. And then you're doing the same thing this way, blocking someone, striking to the collar. So from here, again, this is in a bunch of the katas. It's in the katas that we do in Kusan-ku, but it's also in Pinan katas and katas, which are practiced in Taekwondo and in the karate. All right, so right hand, and then the second one is strong. And block, and even stronger strike. Okay. Ready. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. All right, do a few on your own. Stop for 1 second. So there's something I want you to practice in here, and some of you are missing it again. So I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see my legs. So block, strike. Now when we make this turn, we want to use our leg to help give us power. So that's part of what's in the kata. So instead of turning like this, we're going to kick and turn. And you see what that does. It puts your weight onto that leg as you come down to help with the strike. And then step forward. So it's just about incorporating that step to get more power in that strike. All right, go ahead on your own. Good. Lift it even a little higher, Mathilda, when you do it. Good. Your timing's off a little bit, Sanjay. Try to get your hand and leg moving together. Pow! There you go. That was better. All right, Russ. Okay, Ethmi, I want you to do crescent kicks again. This is a good exercise for everybody loosening their legs up.
Okay. How many on each side again? 1 second. How many on each side again?
Do 10 on each side.
Okay. Ready? 1,
Good kick.
2, 3. My weight. Sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hot! Hot!
I noticed Mr. Phelps was working on this. I mentioned this the other night. When you're doing this crescent kick, you don't want to keep your hips square. So if I hit my hips square, then that kick would drop real quick. So what I want to do is turn my hips the way that I'm swinging my leg, this way, and then bring it back across to open it up. So that first move, you have to turn your hips in the direction that you're throwing your legs. So this is my left leg. I'm throwing it to my right. So I want to turn my hip to my right so that I have to turn my hip back to open up. So just loosening up your hips, rotating a little bit more. Everybody do a few more on your own count on both sides. Go. Good job, Kelly. Ethmi, don't worry about your little brother. Stay busy. All right, Russ. Lenny came on, which means he still has power. Yes. Okay, let's review the self-defense that we've been doing. So we went over all 4 stances again. So let's start with front stances. Your 3 lead techniques are punch with your lead hand, so block, punch, and then followed up. Right hand strike, palm up with your back hand. And remember, if you're going to do something like right hand strike, palm down, just like the crescent kick we just did, you want to turn your hips. So you turn them back for the strike. And defensive front kick. Defensive front. Kelly, the reason again it's the defensive front kick is because back leg front kick is a good self-defense technique. Block and front kick. But that's it. You know, if you hit somebody with a front kick and knock them back, you can't follow up. So in our self-defense techniques that you're doing for testing, they're just set up for 3 techniques. That doesn't mean that those single shots aren't good techniques. They are, and you should add them to your list. But when we're going over these, that's the idea. All right, and then let's do 4 stances. So block, lead, punch, or 4-knuckle punch, and then follow up with whatever you want to follow up with. Backhand vertical back fist, and that is done that way so that you can do this technique. So by doing the block and then the vertical back fist, it turns our hips, just like we did with the crescent kick, so that we can turn our hip back with something like an elbow or a routine, even a round kick. And then the last one on this side is outside forearm block and lift heel kick. And that's set up so that you can do those techniques. Like I mentioned last class, a side kick's a valid technique. It's just can't follow up. So you wouldn't want to do lock, side kick, and then back fist, because the person wouldn't be there. You kick them with the side kick and knock them back. What if they came back at you? Then you start over again. And Kelly's saying just now she just did side kick, spin and back kick, but if she hit me with a side kick, it knocked me back. So she wouldn't be able to follow up with a spin and back kick. You can do it in sparring, like in contest, because the other person, first of all, you're not hitting as hard as you can, and you're trying to score points. So they're trying to stay close. More artificial than if they were really fighting. All right, so take those two stances. You have the leads from front stances and horse stances, and then add follow-ups on the end. Ready? Go. Yep. All right, rest. Okay. We're going to practice the set from fall rang after the first block double punch. So the beginning of the kata, block, push it over, double punch. That's where we're going to start. All right. Our next set, cross your arms, change your stance into a back stance, uppercut, punch. And that's the piece we want to practice. So we're here, cross your arms, change the stance into a back stance, avoid a sweep with your front leg at the same time you uppercut, and then land in a horse stance with that punch. So, like what we've been doing today, landing in that stance, extending out into a horse stance, puts power behind that punch. So we're here. When I do this punch, and I come down with power because I'm coming off of that stance into that punch. It's sort of like a crane position. All right. Everybody up? So your left hand's out the punch. Ready? 1. 2. Good job, Mathilda. 3. 4. Ethmi, do the first move. Ready? Block. All right, stop there. Switch your hands. Put the other one on top. There you go. Go. Keep going. Try it again. Avoid the sweep. And you punch with the bottom hand. There you go. Perfect. All right, do it a few more times. Everybody practice on your own count. Good. Can you go twice as hard, Raina? Let's go. Boom. Come on, think about me when you're doing that punch. Get a little more zip in there. There you go. That's more like the Raina I know. All right, Russ. So from that punch, we come back and do a strike and then punch. Then we come down the middle, downward block. Everybody in the class knows it's kata, so I'm not going over something that you don't know. Then you step and punch. You're in a right front stance there. So that's where we're going to start, on this right front stance. So I'm going to back up a little bit. So you're going to slide up, and this is square. I'm going to overturn so that my hip is turned, so I can side kick. So when I side kick, after the kick, I want to land in a horse stance with a long knife hand. So I'm going to pick my spot, side kick, chop. I'm sorry, that's my mistake. I'm supposed to land in the front stance. So that's the difficult thing, because we're going to extend that side kick and then land in the front stance here. All right. So everybody in a right front stance, punch up. Let's watch Kelly once. You're going to slide up, side kick, land in the front stance. All right. Ready? 1. Right front stance, Mathilda. There you go. All right. Back to a right front stance, Mathilda. Forget the downward block. Right front stance. There you go. Ready? 2. Good. Turn a little bit more before you kick, so your hip's more in it. 3. Turn. There you go. Much better. Keep working on that while we're doing it. Right front stance, Ethmi. Front stance. No, the other way. 3. Front stance and chop. Try it again. Come up. Kick. Now land in the front stance and chop. There you go. That's it. All right, everybody keep going. One more. Okay. So one of the things that I want to accomplish here is I'm taking sets out of the kata and we're practicing. We're sort of doing them in order, but I'm taking them out of context. Like Mathilda had to start over again with the downward block each time. If you practice your katas regularly and you work on the sets, you should be able to break the kata down into sets without doing the entire kata from the beginning to the end. And if you're not able to do that, that's one of the things that you want to work on, is being able to do that. Okay, so let's do the one that we did the other night, which is after the punch. So we just side kicked and we did a long chop, and then the next two moves are punches. This is the one we did the other night. Starting from the right front stance. You're going to turn and use the turn to block hard. Then knife strike. Finger thrust. Then you turn in the way we normally don't turn. You can turn to the left into a back stance. Then front leg round kick. And on the back leg round kick, when you come down with a hard strike. And again, from the right front stance. Watch Kelly. So use the turn to get power. Finger thrust. Turn. Recoil your round kick. And pow. Land hard on that last move. All right, from a right front stance. Ready? 1. 2. 'Good. A little more power in your hands when you land, Mathilda. 3. Ethmi, what are you're absent again. Ethmi, you do this at school? When you're at school, do you just like disappear? Come on, get to work. 4. More power in that last move, Raina. Focus on that last move. It's the last move of the set. 5. Pow. There you go. That's what you want to do. That's what we want to work on. You don't want to relax on those, or it's like wasted practice. All right, everybody on your own. Go. Try to bring your right hand back to your ear as you're recoiling your round kick, the second round kick, Mathilda. All right, try it. On the second round kick. Yeah, the other ear, though. Go ahead, do it again. Yeah, and bringing your hand up to your ear like that, Raina and Sanjay, comes from rebending your round kick. And getting that hand up there when you rebend your round kick. Try it. There you go. All right, rest. So Kelly was just enlightened when I was head coaching Raina there. She went, oh, she got it. So when we're doing techniques, it's a hard concept for the kids to understand. But when we're doing the techniques, the more you do them, the better they get. So if you just learned Fall Rang today, for example, and you did it 5 or 6 times, if you did it 5 or 6 times tomorrow, and then every day from now on, every day it would get a little better. In the beginning, it gets better a lot, real quick. As time goes by, how much it gets better is small, but it still keeps getting better. Your power gets better, your timing gets better, your timing of breathing when you're doing the techniques get better. That's the practice of karate. So learning how to do the moves is only just starting, and then you have to do repetitions of them to make them stronger. The thing that escapes the kids a lot is that the more you do that, the better they get. And that's the idea of what we practice, is to make it better and better and better and better from practice over time. If you do things without any power, it helps you remember the moves, but it's not practice. So if I'm doing like this move from Wan Su, and I just go through it with no power, I'm going to remember the moves, but I'm not remembering the things like stepping forward to get power with that downward block. If I do it nice and soft and just go through the moves, I'm not feeling that. So it doesn't add to the way that I do the technique. Every time, though, if I practice it with power, and I'm trying to work my way through it, then every time that I do it, I learn a little bit more about how to do those moves strong. And what body movements that I'm doing that are helping make those moves stronger. All right, on that one, let's go to that. Let's do Wan Su. So this is after the beginning of Wan Su. Done this part. So we're going to step forward, downward block, punch, step forward, body check, grab and counter turn your hip, punch. This is one of the best sets to learn this lesson of repetition. And it's got really good body dynamics. So as we step forward, we're using the forward momentum for power. Then as we step into this last move, we're counter turning our hip to get more power out of the punch. That's just a little thing, but turning my hip that much adds my legs and my hips to the punch. Instead of me just punching with my arm, I'm using my legs and hips to punch. And every time I do that, I can feel that I'm getting more power and it's timed better. All right, let's do it. Ready? 1. 2. 'Good job, bud. 3. 4. 'Make sure you're punching to the middle of your chest, not to the face. Don't get those punches too high. So bring it down, Raina. Bring the punch down a little bit. Okay. 6. Good. That's inside of your body frame. So that's where you can punch the hardest. When you start punching up, you lose power. 7. All right, do some on your own. Go. Don't jump out. Quick. There you go. All right, rest. what I was saying to Raina, because Raina was punching a little bit high, like this. Not like that. She was just punching a little bit high. And then she would do the move, and again, she was a little bit high. So you can punch hard here, but you can't punch as hard as you possibly can here. It's out of my body frame, so it's above my shoulder. When I'm punching here, I'm punching to the solar plexus. That is going to be the hardest spot, the strongest spot that I can punch. All right, it's inside my body frame. I'm not reaching above or punching down. I'm punching the perfect spot for me to get the most power. And when I'm practicing the kata, that's what I want to try to do. I want to get the strongest punch, or the strongest kick that I can do. And the katas are mechanics to teach us how to get more power. So somebody sat down and figured out in Wansu, we not only want to do this punch, but we want to teach people to counter turn their hip to get more power in the punch. So those things are set up and put into the katas for that reason. And so as practitioners, people that are practicing this, that's our responsibility, is to try to find those movements in the kata, and then as we practice them, develop our technique using the tool of the kata. It's like using Google to find something on a search. We're using the kata to find power in the kata. Okay. All right, let's do some kicks. So, Raina, you've been doing this really good kicking combination. Let's do that one. Let me get Raina up.
Hello.
So Raina's been doing a lead leg round kick and then a back leg change-up kick. So let's watch Raina do it. She slides up and lead leg round kick. Good recoil, and then she turns off of her back leg and change-up kick. Good job. That first kick, Ethmi, is really low, like you're kicking somebody in the below the knee, and then high. Did you hear that, Ethmi? She was having problems with this the other day. All right, Raina, take the count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 5.
All right, switch legs.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 5.
All right, that was really good. You did an extra count on both sides, so Rena got stuck on 7 twice. All right, on this, when you're doing techniques, you want to do it the way that you would do it in sparring, no exceptions. You don't want to make a mistake and practice something that's not going to be good for sparring. So in this case, we're doing this change-up kick. All right, and so if I do the change-up kick and then turn around when I'm done like that, that's a mistake. It's not a good idea to practice doing that. If I do it every time that I practice doing a change-up kick, I do a change-up kick and then turn around. When I get out to spar Kelly, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn around and Kelly's going to hit me in the back because I'm turning. So I know that nobody's hitting you right now, but nonetheless, you want to practice it the correct way. All right. We're almost out of time, so everybody pick a kata to practice. Time flies when you're having fun. Come to attention. Get up. Ethmi. Everybody pick a different kata. Respect. Ready. Go. When you get done, start again. Power Ethmi. Ethmi, get back to work. Okay, rest. All right, good work tonight on practice. When we're practicing like this, we're practicing twice a week for an hour. And during that hour, again, I'm going to say the kids, you need to stay focused. All right, stay on task and try to do the techniques as strong as you can. So I know it's hard to do these virtual classes compared to being in class. Because in class, I'm going to come up and tell you. But we're doing good. We just need to stay focused. Sometimes we get distracted. Either we get out of practice or we're doing the techniques too easy. Got to practice and stay focused. It's only for 2 hours every week. All right. Doesn't look good for weather on Saturday. It's going to be too cold. I can tell already, but everybody try to stay safe. Good class tonight. Thanks for coming. Everybody come to attention. Why do we follow the rules?
Because it's the right thing.
Thank you. Who's number one?
I
Give yourselves a hand. Good class.
Good class, Bill. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Enjoyed class as always.
Yep,
Thanks,
really,
Jose.
really great, Bill. Thank you.
You're welcome. Which meeting?